Jury again. Oh, what a goal!
Hello fellows, hello our lover, this is Yulo Food. Welcome once again. It's been a long time, but here we are. It's Afcon time, it's our time, it's Africa time. Afcon 2021, which is going to take place in 2022 due to various reasons, but mainly COVID pandemic. Yeah, let's start. It's a little report about this Afcon. This is the first major football tournament of 2022. Yeah, it's going to kick off this Sunday. It is like a World Cup for us Africans because it hosts many stars, the Premier League stars, other European League stars. Yeah. And other things I can say about this Afcon is the format. Yeah, this is the second successive tournaments which will host 24 participants. This means otherwise from these two tournaments, other tournaments of Afcon were hosting 16 countries, and the starting time, I mean the time for the games during this only group stages, yeah, we will have 3 matches a day at 13, 16 and 19 the GMT time. The ball which will be played is Umblo Tongu. It was named after multicolored and finely embroidered outfit, initially designed for royalty but now popular throughout Cameroon. And who are the main contenders for this trophy? Yeah, it will be hard to go without considering Algeria, because Algeria, they are the past holders. Yeah, the latest tournament, they were the champions, beating Sadio Mane's side Senegal 1-0 from the direct free kick of Riyad Mahlez. I think you remember. Talking of Senegal, Senegal is among the top ranked side for the past 3 years. And they were learners in 2019, as I say, because they took the second place after being defeated by Algeria. I can also consider Egypt because they have the record of 7 times champions. And they have Salla, who is indisputably the best player in the world right now. Ghana and Nigeria, yeah, they are the football countries, but nowadays they have weak squads due to different reasons. Some players have COVID, and the organizations there in their countries not somehow good. While Cameroon, they are chasing their 6th Nation Cup. That means they have 5 trophies, but they are the hosting countries, we can't ignore them. And other countries with Other countries which have the glory like Mali, Ivory Coast, Morocco and Tunisia. There are other countries to let and see, and other countries which are qualified at their first time is like Comoros, Gambia. But the main contenders are the past holders, Algeria, Senegal and Egypt, if I can say. Yeah, then about the timing of this tournament, there have been grumbles from some European clubs about releasing their players mid-season from the tournament. The Premier League clubs like Watford were accused of bearing funds by Nigeria in a dispute over the availability of Emmanuel Dennis. Talking of Dennis, till now he isn't available in the squad, and the battle had won by Watford. That means Emmanuel Dennis is staying at Watford in England. However, the climate in Cameroon and being forced to shift the Biennial tournament into World Cup year has left CAF with limited options over its timing. Then, talking of this timing, Gianni Infantino, the president of FIFA, the world governing body of football, has proposed moving future Nations Cup to between September and November in a revised international calendar. Yeah, we can't proceed without considering the off-pitch issues like COVID, like these security disputes in Cameroon, in Limbe. But let's start with this pandemic. The pandemic has obviously had an impact on the tournament, with CAF capping attendances at 60% of capacity for most matches. But games involving hosts, which is Cameroon, will be permitted to have 80% capacity, and only those who have been double vaccinated, that means first vaccine and second vaccine, and have a negative COVID test can attend matches. With just 2% of the country fully jabbed according to figures from our World in Data, it will be interesting to see how those restrictions impact on attendances at the 52 matches spread across the 6 stadiums. Several countries, namely cases in the build-up to the tournament, with Cape Verde struck by an outbreak in the training camp, and debutants the Gambia forced to call off the 2 friendlies with more than half their squad unavailable due to COVID. Cameroon is set to host the much delayed competition, but what shape is the country in? This is the question we can be asking ourselves. The infrastructures in Cameroon and their readiness to host have been questioned, given they were due to stage the 2019 tournament, which had to be moved to Egypt. There are security concerns over Limbe, a city in southwest region affected by conflict in recent years by local militants pursuing a separatist agenda. Since 2017, the armed groups who argue that Anglophone regions of Cameroon have been marginalized by the primarily French-speaking government have tried to form a breakaway. A state called Ambazonia. That's their state. This means that the Anglophone group of people have decided to make their own state, and they called it Ambazonia. In a bid to maintain that, the armored vehicles and checkpoints have been deployed this week across Limbe, where a car bomb exploded on the eve of Cameroon hosting. Yeah, this is our Africa. We can't be surprised to hear this kind of insecurities or conflicts in a host country, but it's weird. Then the local officials have said the security measures taken mean there will be no disruption to Afcon. Yeah, this is like don't worry. Yeah, if I can say, because the tournament will take place regardless of these disputes. And I can't end my report without taking the top 10 stars to consider in this Afcon. The stars, these are known players all over the world, and we tried to collect them and order them according to their fame, and we are starting from number 10 up to number 1. Number 10 we have Achraf Hakimi, the right back, who will be playing for Morocco. He plays for Paris Saint-Germain in France. He's aged 23, 41 caps with 5 goals. Hakimi has been one of the best young talents in Africa for years, now as evidenced by his 41 international caps by age 23. The 9th is Kalidou Kulibali, the centre back for Senegal. The current club is Napoli in Italy, aged 30 caps, 53 caps with 0 goals. The Napoli star made headline 2 years ago as a possible high-value transfer target, and he still remains one of the top defenders in Europe. And number 8 we have Wilfried Ndidi, the defender maybe, but he's a midfielder, the defending midfielder for Nigeria. The current club is Leicester City in England. He's aged 25 with 43 caps. Ndidi, this season he was characterized by many injuries, but he's one of the most underrated players in the Premier League and will be critical to Nigeria's chances for a successful tournament. Shifted to centre back at times, Ndidi is averaging nearly 4 successful tackles per match and has assumed N'Golo Kante's mantle as a midfield force with the Foxes. At number 7 we have Sebastian Hannah. He's the forward. Yeah, he's a striker for Ivory Coast. The current club is Ajax in Netherlands. He's aged 23 with 8 caps and 3 goals. That's too much. 3 goals with only 8 caps. While Hala looked mediocre at best during his Premier League spell with West Ham, he is an entirely different player this season and a real candidate for the tournament's top scorer title. Indeed, he can claim to be in the best form of anyone in the competition, scoring an incredible 10 goals over his 6 Champions League group stages. That's amazing statistics for Sebastian Hannah. Really amazing. Number 6 we have Pierle Bamiyang. He's also the forward for Gabon. The current club is Arsenal in England. He's aged 32 with 71 caps with 29 goals. He is frozen out of the Arsenal squad and rumored to be pushing his way out. Yeah, this implicates that Aubameyang is not in his best forms where we knew him, but he's more thirsty of playing because there are a couple of matches he was left not only on the pitch but from even the bench. We expect him to deliver too much, but unluckily there are other news saying that he has tested positive to COVID-19. Yeah, number 5 we have his teammate in club, Thomas Paltei, but in the country they're rivals because he will be playing for Ghana and he's a midfielder for Ghana. The current club, as I said, is Arsenal in England. He's aged 28, 34 caps with 12 goals. Thomas Paltei has quietly transitioned into one of the most valuable players in Premier League, and his loss will be felt at Arsenal. Indeed, there are rumors saying that Ghana's Arsenal are looking for his replacement. Just for this month, they will be losing him. Number 4, we have Edouard Mendy, the goalkeeper for Senegal. His current club is Chelsea in England. He's aged 29, 16 caps with 0 goals. I can't continue from Edouard Mendy without saying that he was the best goalkeeper of Europe, as he was awarded for that a few months later. Sadio Mane is our number 3. He's forward for Senegal. Current club is Liverpool in England. 29 of age, 80 caps with 26 goals. Liverpool is losing a pair of top attackers, Sadio Mane, who is prepared to strike for Senegal, and Mahmet Salah to strike for Egypt. This shows how important Sadio Mane is to Liverpool, because they even postponed the Arsenal's match against Liverpool, which had to take place at Thursday, I guess. It was a semi-final, Carabao semi-final. Our number 2 is Riyad Mahlez. Yes, the winger for Manchester City. Riyad Mahlez. He's also, as I said, his current club is Manchester City. He's aged 30, 70 caps and 26 goals. He's the best player on the defending African champions. This means in 2019 he was the best player of the tournament. He has established himself as one of the most voted players on the Manchester City this season and should bring excellent attacking form to the tournament. This. Mahmet Salah is our number one star to take into consideration during this tournament. He's a forward for Egypt. His current club is Liverpool in England. He's aged 29, 74 caps with 45 goals. Yes, of course, these goals we have said for all of those players is for their national teams. This star Mahmet Salah is in spectral goal scoring form, leading the Premier League in goals. He's currently top scorer for English Premier League. We hope that form carries over into Afcon, where Salla will be the most prolific goal scorer of any player in the tournament, with 45 international goals across 74 caps. But there are other players to consider in this Afcon. Elik Bailly, he will be defending for Ivory Coast. His club is Manchester United. Baghdad Boneja is a forward for Algeria and he plays for Al Sadd. Elik Maxime Choupo-Moting is a forward for Cameroon and his club is his Bayern München. Kelechi Iheanacho is a forward for Nigeria and his club is Leicester City. Naby Keita is a midfielder for Guinea and the club is Liverpool. Wahbi Hazli, he's a forward for Tunisia and Saint-Etienne. Leis Mbolhi, he's a goalkeeper for Algeria and he plays for Al Ettifaq FC. Andre Onana, a goalkeeper for Cameroon and Ajax. Nicolas Pepe, forward for Ivory Coast and Arsenal. Roman Saiss, defender for Morocco and Wolves. Jean-Michel Sely, midfielder for Ivory Coast and Fulham. Trezeguet, midfielder for Egypt and Aston Villa. Wilfried Zaha, forward for Ivory Coast and Crystal Palace. I think this is a summary for our coming tournament, Afcon. Thank you so much for being with us. And I can tell you that stay tuned for each match preview of this Afcon, of this coming Afcon. We'll be doing it live at this channel, Yellow Foot. Thank you, and remember to follow us on Twitter. We are hosting many spaces nowadays, and we'll be having match previews there at Twitter. Thank you.